Coming to the next topic is the photoperiodism. What is photoperiodism? This is the last topic in this chapter. What is photoperiodism? Remember, photoperiodism is nothing but induction of flaws influenced by the light. Induction of flaws or the production of flaws controlled by the light. See, whatever the flaws produced by the plants, okay, the flower production controlled by the day and night. Day and night. See, day and night means some of the plants for the flowering purpose, for the induction of flowers, more light is required. Means long days are required. Long days are required. Some of the plants, induction of flowering, for the induction of flowering, okay, short days are required. Short days are required. See, here the day and night length, lengths influences the flowering. This is nothing but light. The light influences the flowering. So this one is called as photoperiodism. Photoperiodism. How the plants have the capacity to produce the flowers, the flowering process influenced by the light. See, within the plants, one of the important pigment is there. That one is called as phytochrome. Pigment name is the phytochrome. So this is one of the protein, right? That protein present within the plant leaves, right? And different regions within the plant. More, okay, especially most of the cases within the leaves present, right? That pigment, okay, interact with the light. That pigment interact with the light and supporting for the production of phytohormones. See, some of the phytohormones which are responsible for the induction of flowering. So that phytohormones production influenced by the phytochrome. This phytochrome activation depends on the light. The phytochrome activation depends on light. See, this is the best concept to explain why we are having the seasonal fruits, because of the light. See, if the day length and night lengths are altered based on the season, for suppose summer season, okay, day length is long days are in summer, and within the winter, short days are there. So if the day length is altered, the perception of light, the light availability also increased or decreased. So what I am trying to tell here, intention of flowering by day and night, that is nothing but light, that effect is called as photoperiodism. That photoperiodism linked with the phytochrome, that is one of the protein. Right? So presence of phytochromes influences the photoperiodism. Right? See, the light perception by leaves. See, once the leaves contains the pigments are activated, which influences the production of fluorescein. Remember, fluorescein is the phytohormone. That phytohormone is responsible for the induction of flowers. Remember, whatever the leaves are there, once the leaves are activated by the availability of the light, gibberellic acid production takes place. That gibberellic acid, especially supporting for the fluorescein phytohormone. See, the fluorescein phytohormone synthesized within the leaves. Once the fluorescein phytohormone synthesized within the leaves, then the fluorescein phytohormone transported to shoot pod. Shoot means especially whatever that epiphysis is there. Shoot epiphysis is there. Okay, at that region, these phytohormones are transported. The fluorescein phytohormone is transported. Fluorescein phytohormone synthesized with the leaves, right? This one transporting from leaves to shoot apices, right? Here the shoot apices region, we know concentrically arranged leaves are there. So presence of fluorescent phytohormone, okay, initiate the flowering process. Initiate the flowering process, right? So the major phytohormone is here fluorescein. Fluorescein is very important for the flowers production. The fluorescein production is influenced by the gibberellic acid. Fluorescein production influenced by the gibberellic acid, right? So we know that factors govern that flowering process. So this concept we already know. Completion of juvenile stage. We know whatever the vegetative stage is there. Before that there is a juvenile phase is there, right? See, in certain cases we are saying juvenile phase is nothing but vegetative phase, right? So that phase is completed, then the plants ready to produce the flowers because phytohormones are produced, right? And suitable day length is required. The light availability is proper, then the plant produces the flowers. And the proper temperature is also required. So average temperature is required here, right? So more over 25 to 30 degrees centigrade like that. So average temperature is also required. And we know every plant, the flower production, requires the light, There is a standard values there. There is a particular standard values there. Okay, based on that standard value, we classify the plants into majorly 3 types. So the standard value, that is nothing but the light period required for the flower production. See, this one is called as critical photo period. This is the standard value for every plant. But based on this one, based on critical photo period, we classify the flowering plants. See the critical photo period value. Okay, the critical photo period, the time requirement. How much this plants requires. Okay, how many hours of the light? Is required. Generally, the critical photo period value 10 to 12 hours. So in a day, 10 to 12 hours are light availability is there. In these plants, the flower production takes place. See, based on this one, we can classify the flowering plants. See, some of the plants requires more than critical photo period. These are called as long day plants. Some of the plants require lower than the critical photo period. These are called as short day plants. More than 12, the plants are long day plants. Less than 10, the plants are short day plants. So we classify. We have a classification of flowering plants based on the critical photo period value or based on the availability of the light. Okay, we will discuss now. So coming to the next one, based on the CPP, critical photo period, or based on the availability of the light, we are classifying the plants. The flowering plants, right? So based on photo period, the flowering plants are classified. See, in the NCERT given up to this one only. So this one is the extra one, but this one is also very important. Some of the central examinations sometimes asking. So this is the major area for the NEET examination, right? And this is the area important for the AIMS and JIPMAR. Maybe last time there is a separate AIMS and JIPMAR exam we have that time given the bits from this area. But this is the major area for the NEET examination, right? Coming to the next one, here plants are classified. The very first one is the long day plants. The day length is long. We know you go to summer. Within the summer, the day length is long, night length is short. So, long day plants are short night plants. Day length is long, night length is short, right? Long day plants or short night plants. See here the CPP, generally we know about that CPP is in 10 to 12 hours of day. 10 to 12 hours. That is the exact CPP value. Based on that, I already said, based on this value, plants are classified. See, these are long day plants because the CPP value greater than, this is the plants required light, the plant required light, okay, more than CPP value, more than critical photoperiod value, right? Here the requirement of the light is 14 to 16 hours, 14 to 16 hours. Some of the plants, the light required more than critical photoperiod, more than critical photoperiod. Okay, the value is here 14 to 16 hours, right? These plants are called as long day plants. These are also called short night plants. Day length is long, night length is short, right? Examples are very important. Remember, maybe jumping the examples and we need to match the examples also sometimes. Okay, this is a very important area. LDP, okay, long day plants, oats, spinach, lettuce, radish and beet. So we need to frame here RWOSL, right? Swirl. So if we frame one thing, okay, if we frame here something, then based on that we can remember in the examination also. Remember the first letters, then remember the complete all the examples. So this is a very important area. And next is the long night plants, automatically short day plants. This one is long day, this one is short day. This one is short night, this one is long night. Because here the plants require the light is less than critical photoperiod value. This is more than critical photoperiod value. This is less than. Okay, this is greater than. This is less than. Here time period is 8 to 10 hours. 8 to 10 hours. Examples are here. Okay, if the light is available 8 to 10 hours, the plant produces the flowers. Here, if the light is available 14 to 16 hours, the plant produces the flowers. Examples are here: tomato, potato, soybean, rice, and chrysanthemum. Right? Potato, tomato, soybean, rice, and chrysanthemum. Right? That is about the long night plants. Day neutral plants or intermittent plants. See, these plants flowering not depends on light, not influenced by the day and night. These plants produces flowers throughout the year. See, if we discuss about the seasonal fruits, some fruits are available in some seasons. Some fruits are not available in all the seasons. But some fruits are available in all the seasons. Banana is throughout the year. Some banana varieties are throughout the year available. But if we think about the mango and the custard apple, these are available seasonally. So the induction of flowering depends upon the light. So some of the plants produces flowers in summer. Some of the plants produces the flowers in winter, and some of the plants produces flowers throughout the year. So this is the day neutral. No correlation between day and night. Maize, cotton, pea, pepper. These are the finest examples. Maize, cotton, pea, and the pepper. Right? So here, that is about that major types: long day plants, right? Long night plants, and day neutral plants. See, light condition is critical. Light condition is critical means more than critical photoperiod. These are long day plants. Light condition is critical. Long day plants. Night condition is critical. Short day plants. Here more day length is there. Here more night length is there. Right? And both light and night conditions are not critical. These are day neutral plants. So this is the main area for the NEET examination. And coming to the next one, short and long day plants. Mixed. Certain part in short, certain part in long, certain parts in long day, certain parts in short day, or certain parts in short day and certain parts in long day. So how here? Short photo period. There is a short photo period for floral initiation. The flower production required short photo period, but the flower opening required long photo period. The opening in long day, the flower production short day, right? Both are required here. One is the flower production, other one is the flower opening. So here this is the okay, two stages are the plants flower production and the opening requires here two different lines. One is the short photo period, other one is the long photo period. Example here, spring and summer. Spring, there is a flower production, okay, and summer there is a flower opening, right? So campanula is the best example. Campanula is the best example. And next one is the long short day, opposite to this one. Long photo period flower production. Long photo period for the flower production. And short photo period for blossoming, opening of flower. Right? So here summer and the autumn. Summer and the autumn. Summer, long day, autumn. Again the medium condition is there. Right? So here the short and the photo period for the blossoming. So one is the short, one is the long condition, other one is the short condition. See, the long photo period condition, the floral buds formation, and short photo period condition, the buds opening done within the short photo period. Summer and the autumn. Bryophyllum is the best example. Bryophyllum is the best example. We discussed about the bryophyllum. See, whatever that leaf, okay, the leaf produces the new plants. And amphiphytoperiodic plants. Amphiphytoperiodic plants. Flowering above and below the critical photo period. Flowering occur above the critical period and below the critical period. Right? So here, example is the Media elegans. Media elegans. Right? So that is about that different types of flowering plants. These are classified. Okay. These are classified based on CPP, critical photo period value. These are classified based on light. Right? Next one, very small topic is there. We will discuss. That is nothing but vernalization process. Right? Coming to the next one is the vernalization process. Right? Vernalization is nothing but whatever the plants are there. In some of the plants, the early stage of the plants exposed to the cold conditions, then the plants produces the flowers. Simple. Some plants exposed to the at early age. Some plants at early age exposed to the cold conditions or the low temperature conditions, then the plants produces the flowers. So once the flower production takes place, okay, the life cycle is completed within the short span. The life cycle of the plant is completed within the short span. So this is nothing but vernalization process. Vernalization is nothing but some of the plants are exposed to cold conditions, then the plants produces the flowers. So that one is called as vernalization. Right? So the process here, this is the vernalization, the process of shortening of vegetative or juvenile phase. So how the life cycle or how the lifespan of the plant is reduced. We know within the plant there is a vegetative phase is there, reproductive phase is there, senescence phase is there. So whatever that vegetative phase or juvenile phase is there, okay, that phases lifespan is reduced. That phases lifespan is reduced. Means, okay, one of the plant is growing. At the early age, the plant is exposed to cold conditions. Then the plant immediately produces the flowers. Then shortening of vegetative phase. or shortening of juvenile phase. The plant produces the flowers and the life cycle of the plant completed within the short span. Right? So it uses the flowering by the cold temperature, shortening of the lifespan, right? And the early age maturity or early maturity. Okay, the best one is here. Early age maturity. Early age maturity means, I already said, for suppose one plant is there, this is the plant. Okay, here three stages are there. One is vegetative phase, other one is the reproductive phase, and this is the senescent phase. Okay, see, maybe this is the 1 month. Generally, this is the 2 months, and this is the 5 months, or this is the 3 months. Right? This is the 3 months. So, whatever that vernalization process is there, the vernalization process, okay, shortening of vegetative phase. Generally, this plant having 2 months, but once the plant at the early stage exposed to the cold condition, the vegetative phase is reduced. Generally 2 months. Once the plant is exposed to the cold conditions, the vegetative phase is reduced to 1 month. So here shortening of lifespan, right? That is nothing but early age maturity. Remember, early age maturity majorly caused by the gibberellic acid. See, this is one of the application, gibberellic acid application. Okay, early age maturity caused by which phytohormone? Gibberellic acids, right? And see, because gibberellic acids are supporting for the induction of the flowering. The vernalization process also, okay, supporting for the induction of flowering. Because if the plants are exposed to if the early stage of the plants exposed to the cold conditions, within the short span, flowers are produced, then the life cycle of the plant is completed. Right? Requirements of vernalization process. Generally 0 to 10 degrees centigrade, okay, at that temperature, the vernalization process is most effective. At 0 degrees centigrade, okay, less effective. See, between these two, if we take that middle value 5 degrees centigrade is the best condition for the vernalization. Right? See, 0 degrees centigrade somewhat soon. Right? And at minus 6 degrees centigrade, completely ineffective. At minus 6 degrees centigrade, completely ineffective. The vernalization process completely ineffective. See, always the temperature 0 to 10 degrees centigrade. 0 also less effective. Right? And so what happened in this process, how the flowers production is takes place? When the early age of the plant exposed to the cold conditions, that time vanillin is the phytohormone. That phytohormone production done by the plant. Hormone is synthesized by the plants, and flowers are produced. So here, this is the basic concept regarding to the vernalization process. Okay, I like to explain here based on the different seasons. So within the seeds also 2 types of varieties are there. One is spring variety. One is the spring variety, other one is the winter variety. Generally, the spring variety, see, the spring variety and the summer variety, the plants are planted here. Then summer, right, autumn, right, and the winter. Then the yield is uptime. Okay, that is about the spring variety case. So the spring variety, okay, the spring variety, summer, winter, and summer, autumn, winter, and at particular stage, okay, the products will be produced, the yield will be produced. But this is the winter variety. Remember, this is important. This is the winter variety. See, the winter varieties are planted before the winter. Because I already said, early stage of the plant is exposed to the cold condition. So, just before the winter varieties are planted at the early stage of the plant, exposed to the cold condition within the short span, flower production is takes place. At the midsummer, the yield is produced. Right? So within the short span, the winter varieties are produces the yield if these are planted just before the winter. First, suppose the winter variety, this is the winter variety. The winter variety planted in the spring season. The winter variety planted within the spring season. See here, same thing. Okay, same thing means here, whatever that winter varieties planted within the spring season, right? See, summer, autumn, winter. Again, if the plants are exposed to the cold condition, then here flowers are produced. Then after that flower production, yield is produced here. So what I am telling here, if the winter varieties are planted within the spring season, more time is taken. But if the winter varieties are planted just before the winter season, within the short span, yield is produced. Because here early stage of the plants exposed to the cold condition, then shortening of the vegetative phase, then immediately flowers production. Right? Once the flowers are produced within the short span, yield is produced. In case if the winter varieties are planted during the spring season, the plants are not exposed to the early stage of the plants are not exposed to cold condition. More time is taken for the flower production and yield production. More time is taken for the flower production and the yield production. Right? Here this is about that majorly the spring varieties and the winter varieties. Right? See, we know about the some of the examples also there. Right? I like to explain here. We know about the oats and barley, rye. These are the best examples. And some of the biennial plants are there. Biennial, and these are monocarpic. Biennial and monocarpic. The plants survives 2 years. Only one time flower production is takes place. Biennial, monocarpic. Right? That is about the plants. Whatever the sugar beet is there, cabbage, right? These are the biennial plants. And these plants, very first year, the vegetative parts are developed. In the second year, see, especially in the second year, the plants are exposed to the cold condition. Then flower production is takes place. The plants are exposed to the cold condition, then the flower production is takes place. So what I am telling here, within the biennial plants means some of the biennial plants also require the vernalization process. Sugar beet, cabbage, carrot, these are the best examples. Right? So biennial monocarpic plants also requires the vernalization process. Right? That is about the vernalization process. Right? This chapter is completed. Next one, we'll discuss about the applications of biotechnology.